What's up, everyone? This is Time to Wrestle with Suplexus. I'm Suplexus, and I'm joined by.
Piledriver, I'm legal again.
Yep. And today we are predicting the WrestleMania 40 Night 1 and Night 2 Sweet
Woo!
match card in order.
In order. Okay, so we're gonna just jump right into it so we
Yep.
don't make a super long video. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Can I go first on this one? You go first on the next one?
Sure.
I gotta go with my Rhea Ripley.
And I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, she's gonna hit that riptide. She's going through all the legends, just like Bianca Belair did. She's going through all the horsewomen, and it's gonna end with them colliding. But for this time, Becky does not have enough momentum. I'm sorry. I haven't been interested recently, so Rhea should take this one.
And I'm a fan of both. I would be happy with either winning, but I don't think there's much of a story with Becky winning. But I think there's more story can come out of Rhea winning, and I think it could help her continue to be the dominating force that she is. Whereas Becky's already up there.
Unless they do a double turn, I don't see Becky winning.
Okay, next match is a six-pack ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. It features Awesome Truth, which you really like because you're a Miz lover. The New Day, so
Hoorah.
Kofi and Xavier. A Town
Yes, it
Down,
is.
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. The New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano.
We
And
are.
they're challenging the current champions, the undisputed tag champions, Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
And in this match, you go first.
Okay.
There you go.
I think that because Maggle described you have to grab all the titles to win the titles. I think this is their opportunity to split the titles. So I've heard that online from a few people. So I'm kind of like, okay, thinking if they split the titles, I would say that R-Truth is likely going to win R-Truth and Miz, but to me it's just R-Truth. Wins one of the belts, and then for the other belt, I'm not I'm not sure who they would give if they're gonna like if they're just having one winner. I think it would be them. But if they're gonna have two and they're gonna split the belt, I don't know who they would put it on for the other winners. I don't think Judgment Day is gonna retain though. I think that if they don't retain, and the fact that this match is second, they can just continue to tease. Wait for it. The Money in the Bank cash in.
Oh, that's a lot of money you got.
Yeah, it worked me out real good lifting that up. So yeah, so if I had to pick someone else to win the belt, I would say New Day win the other belt, and Biggie comes down to celebrate with them.
So, for my prediction, I understand that theory makes sense based on what Michael Cole said. I'm just picking Awesome Truth. For one, like, the main reason is say both titles get unhooked, whose entrance music plays at WrestleMania?
At the end,
Yeah.
both
The,
they could play both. The rap is long.
but it would be awkward for the Mania crowd. I feel like it could be a little awkward if they split the titles like that. So, if you want to split the titles, do it later on, I think. But I just want some fluky thing where Damian Priest is climbing, and then R-Truth somehow wins in a weird way.
What if they grab one of the belts, and then that team's music plays, and they declare that they're the whichever belt they grabbed winner, and then the match continues, and they're still in the match trying to grab the other set of belts. So they still get their music played and that big pop that they won one of the belts, and then the second set of belts is on the line, but they're still in competing for them.
To me, if they specify that we're recording this before SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
if they say anything else about that, then alright, but they haven't yet, so I don't know how that would work.
Okay. All right.
So,
Next match is Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. I know you really enjoyed the Rey Mysterio Dominic match at last year's Mania.
that was my that was my favorite match of Mania for a bit, but then I changed it to the tag one. And for this show, speaking of that match, Bad Bunny cost to Dominic that match. I think Dom's getting his win back. Big frog splash to Rey Mysterio. This is gonna be the big heat magnet moment of WrestleMania. You got the entire crowd booing Dominic pins Rey to set up for a third encounter where they're fighting each other.
I agree with you, but I think Dom is gonna pin Dragon Lee.
Hmm.
That's what I think. I think, yeah, Dom can't lose too. What if they give him a losing streak at Mania?
Yeah.
Could be interesting. Okay. Hopefully no cinnamon toast crunch people dressed up in the background and stuff during this match to wreck it.
Yep.
Okay, next match is Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control.
Speaking of streaks, we got this match. Bianca Belair is 3-0, I believe, at WrestleMania. So, who do you think? Does the streak continue? Or is it going to be like Undertaker 10 years ago at WrestleMania?
I think the streak continues. I think the powerhouse of those three is going to win, for sure.
That being
Since
Jade?
since the EO Bailey match is the next day, I wonder if they're going to use this to build that a bit more, and EO might come out and try and interfere, and then Bailey comes and stops her, and then Bailey ends up helping them win, and then Bianca and her bury the hatchet.
That,
Maybe,
that could
I don't know,
happen.
something like that might be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh, my
Well,
prediction.
didn't you say that
No. Oh,
Bianca?
maybe I did, but I'll just say it again. Jade, I think she's probably pinning Kyrie Sane.
Yeah, she's not losing her first match back.
Uh, Bianca's gonna have a good.
She could pin Kyrie or Dakota, but not Oscar. Like, don't let her pin Oscar,
Uh,
please.
uh, and then we get to see Asuka Bianca rematch from last year. Like, everyone's like, the worst worker in the match being Jade Cargill's gonna get the pin. That's kind of interesting.
We don't know if she's the worst worker in the match,
Dakota's pretty good. Kyrie and Oscar are great. Naomi's good. Bianca's great.
but Jade is good at what she's booked as, and she's booked at a powerhouse who comes in and does power moves and then goes back outside and waits to get tagged in again. Many wrestlers are booked that way, and like that, she's fine. Plus, she's been spending a lot of time training, so maybe we'll be surprised.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sammy versus Gunther.
I My prediction for this match: Gunther retains, but it takes a title shot to the head or a low blow for the first time. Gunther takes a cheap way out and retains that championship.
I'm going with Gunther too. I think they're gonna have. I don't think it hurt Sammy to lose. He had a big mania moment of winning last year, but I think they're gonna do something with the Chad Gable angle. Does Chad Gable turn on Sammy? Does he try and help Sammy but accidentally hurt Sammy? Does he face off with Gunther at the end to build some match there? I don't know, but there'll be some sort of angle here. But yeah, I agree that Gunther's gonna win. And then the highly anticipated pour moi match at the end of the night is Cody Rhodes teaming with Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. And I cannot wait for the Bloodline to win and make the next night's match a Bloodline rules match. What I don't know is who gets pinned and who does the pinning. Does Roman pin Seth because he's never pinned Seth before?
Nah.
Does Roman pin that clown because he's been teasing that clown so much? Does Cody
Nah.
take the pin the night before Mania where he's, spoiler alert, I'm going to predict that he wins.
Yeah.
And so
Nah.
that's why he can take the pin. So and again, spoiler alert of my predictions, I think Seth is going to lose the belt. and I think Cody's going to win the belt the second night. Their team can take the loss. And because Seth is going to lose the belt the next night, he shouldn't get the pin. I think Cody's going to get pinned by The Rock, so The Rock can have a win over Cody. And when Cody wins the belt, maybe The Rock eventually down the road will challenge him by bringing it all back to Mania, saying, I pinned you, you fool. Final boss.
My prediction is Cody and Seth. And I'm kidding, because that's what I would say if I haven't been watching the past few weeks. The Rock, the final boss, and the tribal chief, they're gonna beat Shithead's owner. They're gonna pin that guy. Whether it's Roman or The Rock, I can see a scenario where Rock steals the pin from Roman to exert dominance. I can see the other way around where Roman steals the pin from The Rock. Some drama is gonna go down, no turns from them, but I can see someone stealing that pin, and then Roman holds up the one and his title, and The Rock holds up the. Oh, wait, what? No, 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 no. We got it. Yeah, the one. He holds up the what? 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 He holds up the one, and that's how Mania ends. And then they give the bloody weight belt to Mama Rhodes. He tells Mama Rhodes that down is the direction that she should sit, and then they leave.
Okay, I'm excited for it though. It should be good. Even knowing who's going to win, because I'm pretty sure it's still
It would
exciting.
be interesting if that would be like interesting if the faces won, because for people like I've watched on the IWC, I think people you've watched on the IWC, everyone's saying Bloodline wins, but nobody's went into a scenario really where they lose. You know.
Yeah. I think Brian Alvarez did do a thing where he was like the faces win and then it's not a bloodline rules match, but they still try to interfere and every time they try to interfere someone comes out and stops them. But then Cody can have a clean win. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm?
Okay, so now we got night 2 predictions. Night 2 is starting
Sweet.
off with, and we're going through the card in the order that's reported so far.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre versus Rollins.
So I think in this match, and new World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre.
What about the money in the bank?
What do you think? I think the story ends there.
I think that Damien's gonna cash in and make it a triple threat. And I think that's gonna throw Seth off because Seth has the most famous cash in at Mania, making it a triple threat and winning. I think Damien does that, wins the belt, and then Drew challenges him at in Scotland.
Clash
And
out.
that idea came from someone that you watched and you shared with
World
me.
of Geekdom. That's the
Yeah,
name.
and you
Yeah.
shared that with me, and then I was like, yes. I've always thought that the cash in would happen. I just wasn't sure like if he win, how he would win, because we all really want Drew to win. But yeah, that would be good. And wouldn't it be something if maybe somehow, because on commentary is CM Punk, maybe somehow CM Punk is the one who orchestrates to get Damian Priest to come down and cash in or communicates with him when to do it. Maybe while he's on commentary, he just says, Damian, it's time. And then Damian just rolls on down. And CM Punk can be like, there you go, Drew. I screwed you. And Seth, I screwed you too. And now Damian's the champion.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be a little cherry on top of that prediction? We'll see.
Uh,
What a way to open the show. That what mania was it where he cashed in?
31.
So 31, he cashes in, and now at 40, they did like the last. That was the last
Yeah.
match, and now at the first match of the second night, it happens to him.
And Seth gave me actual nightmares at that show. Thank you, Seth.
Somebody may or may not have been really young, and there may have been or may not have been tears. Okay, The next match is the Pride, because I guess that's what they're calling
It's
themselves,
Mr. Robert Lashley and the Street Profits
versus the
versus
Final Testament, Authors of Pain, and Karrion Cross.
and Paul Ellering, who they haven't given right time to,
He's pretty old though.
unfortunately.
It's fine. Okay,
Yeah,
so who do you think's going to win this one?
I think that the Pride are gonna go. Now I'm going Final Testament. I just changed it mid prediction. I'm going with them.
I feel like a lot of people are going to take their bathroom break during this match because you know what? Like, to me,
Well,
it doesn't matter who wins. If I had to pick someone, I'm going to pick the Final Testament just because the authors of pain are in there. And, Sunny Deansa's from the same city that we're from. So,
uh, and another thing, I find it interesting. Like I agree, bathroom break match. This Mania is so stacked. Honestly,
you're
the
going to wear a
bat.
diaper?
I might have to, but the bathroom break match is a Philadelphia street fight.
Okay. Well,
That's kind.
this is a Philadelphia street fight, so that should make it more interesting. So maybe not a bathroom break match, but like more interesting. But what I meant was like the outcome doesn't really matter to me because
Yeah.
there's what are the stakes, right? Like there's no stakes. The story build hasn't been the best, so I'm just personally not that interested. But when there's a Canadian in a fight and you got to pick, and it doesn't matter who wins, you always go with the Canadian every time.
This could go either way. I feel like though.
Yeah, there's no story to help us determine the path to make a prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. So
Wait, I forgot. Did we do Uso versus Uso on night one?
that one, oh, I didn't see that on the list. Did I miss it? We didn't make that prediction. Oh, I totally missed it. That's my bad. It was after the Dragon Lee Rey Mysterio Santos Escobar Dominic match.
So
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
it's all
Okay.
so. This is the battle of Yeet
Versus
versus
No Yeet.
no Yeet. And who do I think is gonna win the match? Even though Jimmy could use it more, I think we're gonna get the biggest this of all time at WrestleMania. Jay does it. He ends the brother versus brother heel wins streak at this WrestleMania.
I agree for a different reason. I think because the bloodline's going to win in the evening. When Jimmy loses and the bloodline wins, that gives them an opportunity to say, Jimmy, we got the job done and you didn't. You got to earn your place in here because you know how that before, like about a month or two ago, they had that thing where Solo's the next guy, but it's like if you want to be the next chief, Jimmy, then you got to step it up, right? So they might kind of like if they're going to take the title off of Roman, then at least like maybe that's something that can feed into a bloodline storyline going on with Jimmy trying to prove himself because he lost at Mania and the rest of the bloodline wins.
Uh, and I want to add one more thing,
Mm-hmm.
just what I would do. I think it'd be cool if, like, Jay tries to get Jimmy on his side. What I'd do, I want Jimmy to win, and then for, like, them to reconcile after the heel wins.
Mm.
That's what I'd do.
Okay.
Because I want Roman. Okay, I want Roman to be left alone, like The Rock walks out on him in the main event. But we'll get to that
Okay.
after.
All right. Okay, so let's speed it up a little bit because I don't know if you've noticed that little battery symbol there. It's going pretty low.
Yeah.
LA
No.
Knight versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, I think L.A. Knight. Yeah,
I
is
agree.
gonna win.
I agree. Give him the win, Mania. Get him started on another push. Like let's get some gold on this guy. But you shouldn't be allowed to go to somebody's house and beat them up on their front lawn and get away with it. So according to what's been happening in the story, it should be LA Knight. And don't tell me that because AJ went all the way to Australia just to beat him up that it's okay. He didn't go to his house. He's the better man. AJ didn't show up at LA Knight's house and beat him up. He went to an actual wrestling event to beat him up in a wrestling ring. That is appropriate behavior. Inappropriate behavior is going to a man's house and doing it. Would you not agree?
Nah, because AJ Styles he went into the structure that the refs were guarding. He was specifically told.
A wrestling structure, not a house or a front yard.
But technically, he didn't go in his house.
Nana.
Joe did the same thing. He didn't get punished. I think some guy in TNA, like what was that? Drake Maverick. That guy did it. He didn't
Okay,
get
okay,
punished.
let's continue. All right, so did Seth. Okay,
No
so
yeet.
Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. Ooh, oh, Logan
I'll.
Paul's got to
Could I
lose.
go first?
Okay,
I get it's a three-way. Logan could escape. I just want to see Kevin Owens powerbomb that guy on the apron, check him in the ring, do what he didn't do at the Rumble, finish the story for Kevin Owens, and take that title off of him. And that's what I'm gonna say happens.
I think Kevin Owens should get the belt.
Is he gonna?
I think he's going to beat Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And I think Randy Orton's going to be the next person he fights.
Who? Kevin? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Randy's going to be like, I wanted the belt.
Almost snake. Stupid.
Okay, then we got the women's championship match. The Royal Rumble winner Bayley versus Io Sky.
Yep.
For the women's championship. Shall I go first this time?
Yeah.
Bayley. It's time for Bayley. Let's give it to Bayley. Bayley's going to win. Bayley's going to win clean.
And she's the only horsewoman to never win a WrestleMania in a singles match. So I want to call back to take over Brooklyn, the inverted Frankensteiner off the top rope to Sasha, and then maybe bring back the Bailey to Belly. Maybe bring back the two people
Is
for
her
one night
hair
only.
in a side ponytail?
No,
It's too
don't
short, I think.
do that much, because just the two people have like I don't know WrestleMania logos all over. Do whatever you want.
Maybe the sponsor for the match could be the yogurt tubes.
Yeah.
And there'd be like the two people yogurt tubes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then Rhodes versus Reigns. I already did my prediction that I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes winning. I think there's going to be bloodline rules. I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans. I think a lot of people are going to try to get involved from both sides. Every time someone from the bloodline side tries to get involved, one of Cody's Avengers is going to pop in and stop them, so that no one actually ends up physically getting into a physical altercation with either of them. Although it is bloodline rules, so if that did happen, it would be okay. But I think, or if it does happen, Cody gets beat, but Roman doesn't.
Yeah.
And then in the end, like it's like a pretty clean win for Cody.
And for me, every prediction video we've done, I think, since he won the title, Roman wins, Roman wins, Roman wins. Roman's gonna lose. I'm sorry, my tribal chief. Let me be Paul Heyman. I'm sorry. But
but like I'm saying Cody's gonna win. But last year I was so sure that Cody was gonna win. I was like, there's no way Roman's winning. Like he is losing for sure. Nothing that happened put doubt in my mind about Cody not winning. Okay. This year, I have doubt in my mind. There is doubt. And the doubt isn't because he didn't win last year. The doubt is because of the storyline that they have now that The Rock is back with the bloodline. And the videos about Roman Reigns that they've had out, like the biography video and the interviews that he's doing and stuff, like it just maybe he's the guy and he keeps it for a bit. I don't know.
For me, another thing, every 10 years, whether it was Bret Hart, Benoit, Danny Bryan, big baby face win at WrestleMania.
That's true.
And this is probably
every
gonna
decade, yeah.
This is gonna
10, 20, 30, and now 40. This is it. You're right.
The biggest one of them all, in my opinion. I know Daniel Bryan, that was like crazy, but this is long term, 4-year title reign. The Samoan Empire as we know it. The Rock walks out on Roman, or Stone Cold stuns him and he sells the heck out of it. Cody hits that frickin' Tiger Driver. Search up Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega Forbidden Door. You'll know what I'm talking about. Hits that move. Crossroads. Is that likely to happen? Hell no. They're not gonna do that move. But please, Cody used to do it. So Cody does that. It hits a one crossroads, hits two, looks around, looks up to the heavens, hits another 1, 2, 3. There you go.
All right. Well, those are our WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 predictions. We're very excited. We haven't watched SmackDown yet. We're going to watch that tonight as well as the Hall of Fame. Then we're going to watch some NXT TakeOver. Well, it's not TakeOver called TakeOver anymore.
Stand
Stand and Deliver.
I'll run through quick predictions for that. I think I think Carmelo is gonna lose to Trick, and I think Ilya's gonna be Tony D'Angelo. Do you have any prediction for Carmelo and Trick?
Nope, because I have not been watching.
So Carmelo turned on Trick. He's the heel in the match.
Yeah.
So
I have no predictions for it. But I'm going to enjoy the wrestling. And then we're going to watch Mania. And then we'll see if we have the energy to watch Collision. And then on Sunday, we'll watch Mania again.
So 14 matches tomorrow, and 6, possibly 7 if they do some John Cena match. If they do John Cena versus Stone Cold or John Cena versus a legend, my prediction is John Cena loses because he's been doing that a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching and enjoy Mania.
One more time, I'm going to put the ones up. You acknowledge the final boss.
That's right.
I acknowledge the tribal chief. But we together will acknowledge the biggest WrestleMania, apparently, WrestleMania 40. Goodbye. Good night. I bid you adieu.
All right, Kenny.